The Denver Nuggets could be in serious trouble. There's a real question as to if they got better at all this offseason, whereas, the Celtics bring back everybody from a dominant team. The Thunder, Mavs, and T-Wolves all get better this offseason. And then they lose a key starter in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, which leaves them with their core four of guys, and that's about it. They bring in Russ, they bring in Dario Saric, which are both moves I really like, but Russ is getting old. They're really going to be counting on some younger guys to really step up, but it does help when you have the three-time MVP in Nikola Jokic, who is probably the best player in basketball by almost beating Team USA. Yes, he had a little bit of help from Bogey and the other dude that couldn't miss a shot. But 26.4 points per game for him last year, 12.4 rebounds, about 9 assists per game on 58% shooting from the field, 36% from three. That's a pretty solid year for him. Now, they had a decent draft. I really like their UDFA pickup, which was Trey Alexander, who is, about 6'4", good length, good height, solid shooter, just a good scorer overall. He can play a little bit of the point guard too. He averaged about 17.6 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 1.1 steals per night last year for the Creighton Blue Jays. And then he can do a little bit of everything. Like we said, he can create. He's got a really nice bump fade game. He really gets into the lane, and he's got a nice fader, great fall away. I really like that part of his game. Little step back there. Really kind of reminds me of SGA with that little bump fade, which he's pretty good at, and then solid defensively. Give me those. We're going the other way. 6'4", 6'10", a +6 wingspan, which is very, very good. So you add that. Of course, they had Day'Ron Holmes, which is kind of sad, honestly, that he didn't end up getting to play in Summer League because he tore his Achilles out for the year. But a guy that averaged 20.4 points, 8.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 54% shooting from the field, 39% from three. Unfortunate that he will not be able to play any. He's got great vision. Overall, a really, really good scorer from all three levels. Now, yes, he played at Dayton, which isn't the highest level of competition, but still, he shot 39% from three on 2.5 attempts, and he's 6'10", so you could mold him into that stretch big alongside of Jokic that they don't have in Aaron Gordon, who really can't shoot the three ball unless, it's against the Timberwolves there when they really needed it. Now, a bounce back year from Jamal Murray should be coming. Y'all know, if you watch these videos, if you watch my channel, I love Jamal Murray. I think he was playing hurt last year. He played awful at the Olympics. We're not going to sugarcoat that. But I think Jamal Murray will bounce back, and then a big bounce back year should be coming from Michael Porter Jr., who was completely taken out of the game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he averaged 10.7 points, 5.7 rebounds on 38% shooting from the field and 32% from three. Not a great look from MPJ, and now he's being asked to step up even more, getting a couple more shots a game with the absence of KCP. He averaged 17 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 48% shooting from the field, and 40% from three last year in the regular season. But then, of course, in the playoffs, he just didn't play well really at all. So this year, I'm expecting a bounce back here. Maybe he even breaks into the 20 points per game echelon with more touches coming his way, more shots. But the big thing for Denver this offseason, yes, they lost KCP, but they revamped that bench, which was a huge problem last year. Yes, Reggie Jackson was good for the first half of the year, but then after that, he kind of became a non-factor. You got Russ, who is, yes, he's 37, but he's still going to be pretty solid. He averaged 11.5 points, 5 boards, 4.5 assists in 22 minutes last year in LA. Looks like he's still got a good bit of athleticism left in him. 7th in 6th man of the year voting last year. Look away if you're a three-point shooting enthusiast, which is pretty much everybody. But he shot 45% from the field. He's going to be 36, not 37. So go erase your comments that you just wrote. You need to learn how old Russell Westbrook's going to be. But in per 36 stats last year, he averaged 17.8 points per game, 7.2 assists, 8.1 rebounds, and 1.7 steals per game, which is very good. Make no mistake about it, for a 35-year-old, that's a great pass right there. He's going to be running the offense off the bench, which I think is a very good role for him in the modern NBA. They also got like Peyton Watson, who was supposed to be able to replace Bruce Brown. Bruce was so good for them a couple of years ago. Really that sixth starter, and Watson did not replace Bruce Brown in the slightest. 6.7 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 1.1 blocks. A solid year in 18 minutes. Nothing like Bruce Brown, though. 46% shooting from the field, 30% from three. He can't shoot from three, but we are going to do a Peyton Watson breakout video soon, so make sure you're subscribed and come back for that. So on top of that, you have Trey Alexander. Justin Holiday could be back. We'll see what happens there with all that. But last year, this unit compared to the unit they're going to have this year. Obviously, Christian Braun is going to be stepping into the starting role, but they bring in Dario Saric, who is an elite role player. I will stand by that. I think he was very underrated last year for the Warriors, averaged about 8 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists in just 17 minutes. I think he plays about 20-21 for Denver next year and averages close to 10 points a game. 47% shooting from the field, 38% from three, on 2.3 attempts per game. More than capable of being a good NBA role player. I mean, per 36, he averaged 19, almost 10, and almost 5 per game, which is very good numbers, and I'm expecting a good bit out of Dario Saric this year for Denver. When I saw that signing, I was like, yeah, that's going to be a really, really good one. I thought they were also going to bring in Gordon Hayward. Didn't end up working out, but this is his ability to stretch the floor right here. Both Wemby and Sohan go with Steph Curry. Saric just goes into the open spot. Curry finds him, and he knocks it down. Barely even touched the net. With that being said, if you've made it this far into the video, obviously you're liking something. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that is you, go ahead and fix that right now. And we're looking for about 200 likes on today's video. With that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the video. Looking at the 2-guard spot, which is a questionable spot. You have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope coming off a year where he averaged 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, 40% shooting from downtown. He's gone. Now you have Christian Braun, who averaged 7.3 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1.6 assists in 20 minutes last year off the bench. I think he's more than capable, though. He was a great shooter in college. 38% from 3 last year on 2 attempts. I think he should be taking about 5 a game. Plus defender, good athlete. I mean, sneaky good athleticism. Like, that's what you say about all the white dudes, right? But that's crazy right there. That is some big-time bounce going up and dunking. Who is that? No offense, I don't even know who that is. You also have Julian Strawther coming off the bench. That is also going to have to step up, who averaged 4.5 points on about 37% shooting from the field, 30% from 3 in 10 minutes. He had a really nice summer league, though. He looked like he was almost too good to be in summer league, which is very promising as him being a good rotation piece next year, kind of stepping into the Christian Braun role from last year. But I think he's an even better shooter. Which is something that Nuggets fans can look forward to. I think he's a better shooter. I think he's a solid athlete, but just an overall good scorer. And I think that, those picks that they made with Strawther, I think Hunter Tyson eventually is going to develop. Both of those guys, I think, are going to be decent pieces for them this year. We'll see about Tyson, but I mean, he was really good at Clemson. I don't see why he won't be able to develop here. Trey Alexander, eventually Daron Holmes will be good. So I think the Nuggets have been drafting well. It's just all going to depend on how well they can develop. And I think Strawther's going to have a big-time year this year. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm very optimistic about him. He could be the starting 2. We'll see what happens as the year progresses. Right now it's Brown, but as the year progresses, maybe it's Strawther. We'll see. Can they win another ring? I don't know. I mean, the West is loaded. You also got the Celtics to worry about. Yes, they were a game away from the conference finals in probably a series they can win against the Mavericks, but we'll see what happens. MPJ, Jamal Murray got to be much better. They got to step up and replace KCB. We'll see what happens. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to like button. Hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. We're looking for about 200 likes on today's video, so if you could help us out, that'd be greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.